Hey everyone, I just got approved for full monetization on YouTube. And I just want to use this video to say a big thank you to the community as well as to my marketing guy, to give a shout out to him. And I just want to use this video to share with you guys a couple of things that I've learned to get to where I have got so far. And oh, don't forget, it's coffee time. Tastes great. So after almost 2 years of experience of posting videos on YouTube, I noticed that some videos they get good views, some videos they don't, right? So automatically the next thing is to have a good marketing strategy, which is why I turn my attention to marketing SEO and that sort of thing. But because this is not my field, so I say, hey, let me just go online and do a little bit of research and see who can help me with that. Which is why I turned to fiverr.com and I find this guy called TechChamp. And I got in touch with him. I worked with him a few times in the beginning just to put down some smaller orders to see what he can do. And then it turned out that he did a great job. Which is why last month I was working with him. I said, hey, look, I see that you have a premium package. So it's really interesting. Why don't we start with that? It is a $250 fee. And of course, on top of that, you have to pay a little bit tax. And all that sounds good to me. And I do have the budget, so I say, hey, let's work with this guy and let's see what he can do. And here it's just a shout out to TechChamp. Thank you so much for helping me with this monetization. I could have not done it without you. If you ever need my help in the future, I'm here to help you. So first of all, that's a lead, right? It gives me some clue of where my videos can go. And I got this marketing person that I pay to work on the marketing SEO to help me boost the traffic a little bit, right? So what the SEO stands for, it's called search engine optimization, right? So this thing exists almost nearly everywhere, right? Anything that has a search engine, obviously you can have some sort of SEO strategy. In this case, it's YouTube. So this Fiverr guy, TechChamp, he specializes in marketing strategy on YouTube. Of course, he does a whole lot of other things, but in this specific situation, that's what we're focusing on. So I have him helping me out. I post videos, I give videos to him, and he develop ad campaigns to target those videos and come up with an optimization strategy to send these videos to the target audience. And I think overall the result is great. He did help me to achieve full monetization. What that means, it's 1,000 subscribers as well as 4,000 watch hours. Based on my experience and research, the 1,000 subscribers, it's actually an easier bar to hit, but the 4,000 watch hours, it's a little bit more difficult. It really requires you to have constant input of videos, constant uploads, interact with the viewers, and that sort of thing, right? And of course, another trivial thing that I didn't really realize to do in the beginning of my YouTube career, which is to use good tags. And good tags can work with the SEO and can actually help you achieve that optimization and hit that target audience much more faster. So there are also these tricks here and there that I have to pick up along the way that I didn't really know in the beginning when I post videos on YouTube. So I thought I'll share with you guys some of the tricks I learned, right? Have a good SEO strategy. Maybe have a marketing person help you out a little bit. Maybe pay to have a good ad campaign. Or you can have very informative tags to help your video to achieve that target audience. And then maybe you can also share your own video on platforms such as Facebook or LinkedIn and so on and so forth. But all of this sounds trivial, right? Exactly how do I come up with new videos to give to my marketing guy? And then he helped me do that promotion, right? This is where machine learning and artificial intelligence come in. So the meat of this video is going to be this diagram. And I'll walk to you guys what this diagram means. So conventionally, right, let's say you're first starter, you have your scripts. A script is essentially a paragraph of information to tell you what to say in front of the camera, right? Maybe it has a certain story, maybe it's some sort of Python related code walkthrough, maybe it's whatever content that you come up with, whatever new ideas that you have. You write it in the scripts, and the scripts tell you what to say in front of the camera. And that is the fundamental step, right? You need to have something to say, you need to have an idea. Once you have the idea, maybe you need to record yourself, right? And now you need to figure out what is the camera you use, what is the camera angle, what is the lighting, what is the audio. All that trivial stuff related to recording, you have to figure that out. And then after that, the next step is editing. Obviously, I'm not professional yet, so I added my own video. And sometimes it could be buggy, or maybe I missed a word, or maybe I repeated the word. All that could happen, right? So obviously, you have a good software, you hone your video editing skills, and you have a good sense globally of what to say, while simultaneously you can micromanage each cut so that altogether your video is smooth. and it tells a full story as a whole. So once you do all the cuts, all the editing, obviously the video can go into post-production. Maybe you work on all the text, all the ads, and then that's when the video is ready to be viewed for the audience. So this entire process really is a baby version of how you make a movie, right? You have a script, it tells a story, you hire actors speaking in front of the camera, and then somebody needs to cut the video and really make sure that the movie is smooth and it tells a full story. And after all of that, you work out the post-production, and then you can release the video. And then maybe you go to cinema or theater to talk to whoever is in charge and to see if you can get the movie on air, right? So this is kind of like a baby version of what that process looked like. And all that's clear, right? All that's clear. It's been done in the United States for hundreds of years, and we've had solid knowledge of what that pipeline looks like, right? And then from here, the audience will watch your video and will generate some watch hours, right? Hopefully it's high. If not, it's low. That is where data comes in, right? So every video has attributes. Every video, every attributes, there is a watch hours, right? So right off the bat, if you don't know what regression means, check out my machine learning course. Essentially, a regression problem is a type of machine learning problem that you're trying to train the machine to predict a continuous variable. You're not annotating it, you're not giving it a label, you're giving it a numerical value, right? Just same as watch hours. Watch hours can be as little as 2 minutes or sometimes even 10 seconds, or as large as however many times people want to watch your video. It could be hundreds of minutes, it could be hours. So we're talking about the numerical number that can be as little as few seconds to as much as a couple of hours, right? So that kind of situation, you can think of this variable as a continuous variable, which leads to what? Which leads to a regression problem. Now, if you come from machine learning background, you know exactly what I'm going to say next, which I'm going to use a separate video to explain what that process looks like. Fortunately, YouTube gives you your own video data. So you can mine your own video data, you can use machine learning, you can use artificial intelligence, so you can figure out what are the important attributes, what are the significant features to increase, to trigger the watch hours and cause that watch hours to be high. So right off the bat, there's a whole lot of machine learning topics and contents involved. And in a separate video, I'll be walking you through what all of that looks like and what kind of results that can help me in my situation to achieve higher watch hours, right? So you look at the diagram, and from there we can talk about whether you're able to retain your viewers or not. If you can retain your viewers, then hopefully you're in good shape, right? Because you look at all the Marvel movies, right? They're able to retain their viewers. If I watched Avengers 1, chances are I want to watch Avengers 2 and Avengers 3, right? So it's the same logic here, right? Who do you think has a higher chance to open your video and watch the entire thing? The return viewers, or you have to attract somebody else? So another purpose of using data mining is not just to figure out what attributes are contributing to the high watch hours, but also what are some of the important ways to retain the viewers. Now, of course, this is not a smooth ride because on my YouTube, I've only had about 50 videos. And for those of you who are in data science, you all know 50 data points is really not a whole lot, right? Forget about neural networks, forget about language processing. You can't really work with anything. You don't really have a whole lot of choices for the sophisticated tools to use if you only have 50 data points. So that is another issue that I'm gonna have to work with. Maybe I have another video explaining how that looks like. But let's take a second and say all that's done. You do have your data mining pipeline designed and you do have some results. And let's say that result is somewhat reliable and somewhat accurate. Then those results can tell you what is the next new idea that you need to go for, which leads me to this last arrow in this diagram that I want to explain, because to write a new script, you need to have new ideas. You either have arbitrary idea that you randomly think of, some random morning that you wake up, or you look at the search results, you look at the data mining results, and then you see what user like. And if user like those results, then you create more stories in regards to those, right? Because think about it, if this type of video is something that the audience loves, and also something that you've already done it, that you have some sort of domain knowledge in that field, then that's an easier way out, right? That's an easier way out to save you some time when you want to record the video or editing the video. And also it's a video that the audience like. You're killing two birds in one stone. So with that being said, hope you enjoyed this video. And again, a great shout out to my marketing guy, TechChamp. And if you like the video, subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.